Okay, so we have a little goodie here planned for you guys today. I'm going to go through the new Lizardmen InEngine trailer that Total War put up. I'm going to pretty much break down the units that I see in it, as well as some of the functionalities that I see that those units will play in Total War Warhammer 2. So let's kind of just get this going. I've muted the volume on it because I'm sure we've all probably seen it a million times, but I also don't want to deal with any kind of copyright infringement or anything like that. I don't want Creative Assembly to get mad at me here. But we're starting off here with the pterodons. The Lizardmen have two different types of flying unit. They've got the Ripperdactyl and the Pterodon. We'll see the Ripperdactyl later in the trailer, but here's the Pterodons here. They have this little guy with a cool little headdress on. Almost looks like it could be a tic-tac-toe or tic-tac-toe or whatever. Ooh. Okay, so this is kind of a cool shot because, of course, you have Mazda Mundi up there just Jabba hutting it out, just pizza spreading all over the place. But you've also got Temple Guard here, here, and here. So that's going to be really awesome because the Temple Guard, I had a really cool speculation with this with a dude in Reddit. We're thinking light armor, shields, and halberds because that's what they have in the book. It would be the very first kind of shielded halberd AP unit that would be like anti-large like that. That from what he was saying, I was not aware there was no anti-large shielded infantry units in the game right now. So if you guys know other than that, that is a contrary point, let me know. I was not aware either way, but that'd be interesting to see halberds, light armor, and shields on an anti-large, anti-infantry unit for Total War Warhammer 2. But that's these guys right here. They're basically Saurus warriors that are tasked, they're spawned, and everything in the Lizardmen world is spawned with solely protecting the Slann right there, the Slann, whatever you want to pronounce it. It's S-L-A-N-N. This Lord Mazda Mundi, Pizza the Hut up here. But they're specifically tasked with protecting him. But as this kind of goes on, we'll get some more. Look at that fine jewelry, electric eyes. Not really kind of in the lore that I know of, but I'm digging it. I really like the directions that they take. They take a lot of really cool artistic direction with some of the things well, yeah, why would, if he's an all-seeing, all-powerful wizard, why wouldn't he have eyes of electricity? So cool shot here. So I stopped it right here because I wanted to point this out. We've got a Bastiladon with a sun engine, which is pretty sick. That's a siege piece that the Lizardmen have access to, as long as they're as well as their normal Bastiladons here. So these sun engines are going to work a lot like those chariots, but the things from the Empire side that shoot the ray of just extreme death. So you've got that here, and when you see it, it looks like it just kind of goes right through everything as you watch this video kind of play out a little bit. So be able to watch that as it happens. We've got some Saurus kind of snickering about over here. If you look over here, we will see some Cold One cavalry just scuttling about. And we've got the High Elf line here. And do pay attention to the High Elf line because it is very orderly, but you'll get the glimpse of some skirmishers as we pan over them, and I'll stop on those. But you do get some High Elf teasers in here as well. So let's kind of let this keep going. Okay. These look like temple guards. Purely speculation, to be honest. But it might not be. Who knows? But these are definitely... here's some of your Cold One riders. Here's some of your Saurus. You're coming up to some skinks right here. And the skinks are like their little tiny skirmishers that can shoot little blow darts, or they can throw javelins. Oh, we got a single... I don't know if this is a single Carnosaur or not, but it looks like it. The Bastiladon's just wading through the front line. You get a better look of it now here with all the Saurus kind of charging through, the more skinks as well. And the Saurus are pretty much their line infantry. They're pretty beastly. They can have hand weapons, or they can have spearmen. So we're going to see another strong frontline unit. Because the Wood Elf, the Eternal Guard Wood Elf are a very diverse, very strong unit as far as what they can counter. I'm going to be interested to see how they do with Saurus, if they're going to be a hard rock, paper, scissors for a lot of units in the game. Let's go. Our Pterodon's flying. Ooh, look what I did. The Pterodon's flying in all hot and heavy here. So we got our first glimpse of some High Elves right here in the High Elf archers. This is probably just a normal line archer guy. They wanted just to focus on him so you get the details of his soulless eyes. But you can see it's very regimented, very orderly. We've got the Eagle Claw repeater bolt thrower, which is probably going to have the ability to, just like the dwarf repeater bolt thrower, it's going to be AP, and it's going to be able to shoot through large, dense, compact units of compact amounts of units, just like Skaven are going to be. Hint, hint. But we'll let that kind of play out. Look at that. That's that Top Gun dodging skills. I'm going to break. You're going to do what? So we have either a high elf prince or a noble right here, and the noble is the prince is going to be probably one of the lord choices, the generic lord choices for the high elves. This is your combat lord. He's not going to be very tanky, but he's probably going to be have a high amount of melee attack. I would probably say, with probably a good amount of armor, but maybe not a lot of defense or not a lot of actual weapon strength. That's the biggest downfall of the elves, is their natural strength is like 3. So in the book, which is below average, which is no fun. Well, I guess it's not really below average. It's about average for humanoid type races, but still. Moving on here. Okay, get a good pause. I'm gonna rewind a little bit. Get another good look at the high elf line here. Really beautiful. Cool thing to note though, that these are the shields of Safari, so that's pretty awesome. At least I believe it is. It's from the heraldry I can remember in my mind. You've got all of your Saurus warriors here kind of charging in. This looks like metal plating on their backs, which would mean that they're temple guard, but it also could just be that the way they've chosen to do the crest on the back of the Saurus. So no real speculation there. Just that's just kind of a thing. Like all the Saurus spawn in different colors and stuff like that. The harder plates and scales of their skin being up here, so typically they're colored a little bit different. But you've got your Bastiladon just smashing through. You've got your high elf archer line here. Let's kind of let this go forward. We've got some other goodies. Got the Great Eagles. Oh, okay, so look at that. There's the heraldry. You can see that a little bit more. You can see this chap right here as well. Looks all nice and regal. I take it back. That is definitely not the heraldry of Safari. I thought that was their colors. I thought it was typically like a yellow. It might be. I don't have my book right in front of me, or else I'd tell you exactly what it is. But it looks like maybe Tirnock or something like that. But definitely, if you guys know in the comments, comment it out, and I'll probably look it up after the fact and say, hey, this is what it is. But you've got your Great Eagles here. They're going to take off. They look like they're going to be just like the Wood Elf Great Eagles, in the sense that they'll be a unit of maybe 1, 2, or 3, like a single unit like they are for the Wood Elves, or maybe like a small unit of 3, something like that, like all like Vargeists. Those are like 9 or so, or 6 or so. So let them do the thing. I saw this, and this just kind of like, chuffed me to bits. I was pretty excited, because this looks like Shadow Warriors, and as we get a little bit closer, like right there, yeah, these look like they're all archers, or actually, now that I kind of get a second glance at it, they look like they might be the White Lions of Trace with their lion cloaks on. As the trailer kind of goes forward, we'll see a little bit more. We have these guys here as well. They look like just standard spearmen. More Saurus coming in. We got the Cold One Riders looking like in the back here. Got the Bastiladon doing its work. We'll start to see the Lord and the Wizard or whatever charge forward. Yeah, right there. There they're charging. Oh, the Eagles! We have some nice Aztec structure and stonework here. A beautiful architecture here in the Lizardmen world. Glowing things everywhere. Oh, my lady. So definitely see some White Lions of Trace right here in the front. I did not realize it the first time around. And you've got in the back here Swordmasters of Hoeth. And those guys are rad, because they're probably going to have low defense, but they're going to be just buzzsaws. They're going to have high AP probably. They're going to be doing some high amount of weapon strength and high melee attack, but probably low melee defense and low defense and low armor is probably what I'm going to see out of them. And then these guys right here as well, probably some sort of AP anti-large, typical great weapon type infantry. You've got your Lord again here and your Mage here. Mage is going to cast a little spelly poo. Oh, what's this? So this is the high magic ability Soul Quench. Total speculation, but Soul Quench is a magic missile that looks something like this. The High Elves and the Lizardmen have access to high magic, so it wouldn't be surprising if that was the ability being used right here, since it is a magic missile. Just decks that little bird, that's not, yeah, it's Pterodon, it's Pterodon. Look at that, just, God, I forgot to press snooze. Or I pressed snooze too many times. This guy again, like looking all regal and shit. Loving it. So you got more of these sword masters just strutting in. Looking beautiful. Look at that, just piercing eyes. Oh, dude, look at that guy. He just jumped and KO'd someone. Coming. Okay. So we've got those... The white lions, it looks like, are in a skirmish formation. That's what I think was in that block behind the spearmen, because it looks like they're not standing in like a regimented kind of standard line like some of the other units. So I think they might be a skirmisher type unit, or maybe some sort of vanguard unit. The shadow warriors that I was mentioning would be a vanguard unit, a la like the Way Watchers of the Wood Elves. Look at that. Just, oh, look at that furious face. Like, you killed my brother. Damn it. Oh, so I want to get a good shot here. Okay, well, Bastiladon for sure. We saw some white lions and some sword masters just kind of strutting away. Let's take a look here. So this is absolutely kroq-gar. From his spear to his headdress to the way the whole Carnosaur looks in general, that is 100% kroq-gar. That is the way his spear looks in the game, or in the book. And when I do the Warhammer video for the Lizardmen, you will see the actual tabletop version of kroq-gar, and you'll be like, yeah, hands down, kroq-gar. We've got another single Carnosaur here on the back. Wait till, oh god, you see the spark off of his armor? What a stomping. So we got some more, what might actually be Temple Guard here. They got little metal things on their head. So here's your Ripperdactyls. Ripperdactyls are melee flying infantry versus the pterodactyls are, I'm sorry, the pterodons. The pterodons are throwing bombs and exploding things. So that's the trailer in its entirety. I thought it was fucking excellent, and I cannot wait, because that's in engine, so I can't wait. I'm hoping that was like the DirectX 12 engine in all of its glory and all of its beauty. But that should give you guys a good idea of some of the units to be expecting here. I'm going to shoot back, and we got the spell Soul Quench, probably from High Magic. We've got some of the other goodies coming our way. You have the Sword Masters here. So I'm excited to see how a lot of this pans out, because God, look at them just kind of run away. Oh, okay, so here's definitely white lions, and definitely more of a loose skirmish formation. But again, I'm excited to see how this pans out. I'm excited to see that guy just kind of look at me the way he does kroq-gar. Again, I couldn't be more excited to see the High Elves in action. It's going to be an amazing thing, because it is my favorite tabletop army, but it's also going to be great to see Lizardmen, because I think they're going to bring a huge different dynamic to the game, and somewhat of like a larger type style army in the way of greenskins, but a little bit more tanky in the way of say dwarves, in the sense that they're not going to be fleeing as easily and such like that. So again, excited. As you can't tell, nipples are hard while I'm talking about this. Thanks for watching here, guys. We've got some Lorehammer stuff coming up here. We've got some more Dawn of War breakdowns and some streams. Be on the lookout for more action. If you see anything that you noticed from the trailer, please call it out in the comments. I'd love to make a sticky of all the callouts people mention, with the timestamps and everything. As I look over here, I'm like, oh my god, are these horsemen? Are these silver helms? If they are. But still, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. But please feel free to make comments, mention callouts. We'll make a sticky for that kind of stuff. And I can't wait to build the hype up and see how this kind of comes to fruition. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one. Bye.